just discussion, nothing, that needs decision for later. There, procedure issues. Recording of this meeting is being made and shall be kept for 30 days as a public record. Pledge allegiance.
Right hand over your heart, ready to begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good job. Roll call. I'm here. Mario's here. AJ's here. Sunny is babysitting because her grandmother is not well. And Mr. Moore's here and Alexi's here. Okay, approve agenda.
Motion to approve the agenda?
Second by Adrian. All in favor?
Aye.
Discussion points. Jody Feinstein, you're up.
Can I stay right here?
If you want to ask, but please stand.
Well, that's okay. I've been a truck driving tonight, and I promise I'll be kind. I teach fourth grade at Rosemont Elementary. I know many of you already. I have a large local presence at school, and it's always, I hope, in the best interest of the students. There are two issues that I wanted to bring up that we've already heard about, but nothing seems to be being done about them. The smallest issue one is the grounds at RES. 50% of the school is lovely. We spend millions to build it. The other 50%, unfortunately, looks like garbage. Everything's dead or dying. I know you already spoke with our coach and just talked about the field. The problem is we have a lake that shows up whenever it rains. And we actually have a new ecosystem growing out there with all new life that is alien to the area because it's like a marsh. And there is a drain, and I know there were issues when they first put it in, and it's not anybody's fault. But the problem is the field is like a hard pack of rock, and so are the two quads in the middle of the school. And gardens that surround them are basically atrocious. Stuff's half dead. There's weeds coming up that are 4 feet tall in the areas that actually look lovely. The trash that flows in is nobody's anything. That's the wind. There's nothing anybody can do about that. And we constantly, students and myself, and everybody's out there always picking up because we just need one wind and it comes right in from everywhere. But if nobody else can or wants to take care of it, we would like to propose a family day of cleanup where we basically rip out everything that's dead or dying and get rid of it. The field has a hill and it's just these monstrosities of dead brush. And if we ripped it all out and just put down like wood chips, would be at least something proud to look at and be pleasant. So that's one issue. The other issue is a little bigger and it really affects and is part of Year of the Child. When the Sun was closed, nothing has replaced it. And we have some of the most expensive babysitting staff in our front office with our admins, and I'm not trying to put anybody on the spot, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful. Our secretary, our clerk, our IT, both of our admins spend their days babysitting this few select children who cannot function in a general ed classroom or a general ed school, nor are our special education classrooms equipped to deal with behaviors that we are dealing with on an hourly and daily basis. These kids are being restrained physically, they are assaulting our staff. We have nowhere for them to go. Some kind of an alternative. 2 rooms, 2 teachers, a quiet room where they can tear it up there instead of our classrooms and the teachers' classrooms, destruction of the property, destruction of the safety of the other students that are in the classrooms who have to deal with this on a daily basis. And we have no options of where they need to go, but they need not to be where they are. And we don't have anywhere for them to go. And it's been brought, I don't know how many times things have been mentioned and such, but nothing is happening. The year is almost over. We're all going into the new year going, well, who's taking this child next year? And myself, being the mouth that I have, was, oh, I'll take them, but you're not gonna like the results. I don't put up with that kind of behavior in my classroom, but I've been told that, well, then they start swinging, and then you have a whole different set of problems. But they're doing that anyway. So when you have staff that doesn't want the child because they're so volatile, they're so unable to maintain any semblance of behavior that we're all used to as behavior for our children, something has to happen so that we can make the school a safe place. And they have a right to a decent education. They're never in class. The CSOs are walking them to keep them from doing all the other things that they do. Or they're on the floor in somebody's office being restrained. Or they're climbing up the people. I mean, it is that extreme, it is that critical. And thank you for letting me speak.
Thank you, Jen. Presentation, AB Wall Committee, Joshua Saylor and Linda Willis.
Yeah, you mind if I use this podium?
No, that's what it's for.
Oh, great.
Just gonna go
So,
stand around over here and have one
thanks.
back. Sharon, there we go. Stand around over here.
Congratulations on a good soccer season.
Thank you.
I didn't get a chance to card you out of the game, but oh well. My name is Joshua. I'm a Marine Corps veteran. I'm a part of Point Man Antelope Valley. I'm a resident in this community, and both of my kids attend West Park. I'm joined by Linda. She is part of the AB Wall Committee, as well as the president of, Mike Bertelli, he's the president of Point Man. Basically here to discuss bringing the Antelope Valley Vietnam Memorial Wall to Rosemont for Veterans Day this year. It's a half-scale replica of the Vietnam Memorial Wall in Washington, D.C. It contains the names of 58,281 men and women who were killed during the Vietnam conflict. The plan normally is that it goes up in Palmdale, but they overbooked themselves this year, and so we have the opportunity to bring it here. I had spoke to our superintendent about it when the idea first came up, and she has actually volunteered at the wall before and knew all about it and wanted me to come here today to kind of speak to the board and bring it up. Normally what would happen is we would bring it out on a Thursday. It'd be a full motorcycle and vehicle escort. A lot of times law enforcement gives us an escort up the freeway or through town, wherever it's going. And then when it gets to its destination, it's fully assembled. Once it's assembled and everything's put together, it stays up for 24 hours a day for several days until it's taken down. She actually came up with the idea of bringing it out a day early. That way our students had the opportunity to come through, have some Vietnam veterans speak to them about their experiences and what the wall means to them. Let these students learn about it and be able to see it. I can tell you from experience, having done it multiple times, there's a range of emotions, stories, reactions that you get with every single person you meet. With as many different people as that are in this room right now, is how many different emotions, reactions, and stories you will hear. My own son and daughter last year had perfect attendance at West Park Elementary School, and they chose to give up their perfect attendance to attend the escort and help set up the wall. Through the different events and displays that they have been to and the different ceremonies that they've attended at the wall, they've had the opportunity to meet veterans from World War II, Korea, Iraq, Afghanistan, Vietnam, Gulf War, and peacetime veterans. They have learned more from attending those ceremonies and speaking to these veterans than they ever would sitting in the classroom reading a book and watching a video. In our minds, this was a perfect opportunity for our students to be able to come and experience this firsthand, hear it from Vietnam veterans firsthand, and learn about this and truly experience what it is. In just a couple of weeks, maybe 2-3 weeks ago that it really came up, we started kind of getting the word out. We've got Sheriff Youngblood our fire chief, the state congressman, Tom Lackey, our county supervisor, Mark Scrivener. All of them are on board. They've sent letters in support of this. It's something that would truly benefit our community. And to put into perspective something really quick, the last census said that we had 20,500 people in our community, in just Rosemont. There's 1,896 registered veterans. We have a 9% veteran population in our community. Put that into perspective, the national average is 3%. We have a huge veteran population here. As of that census, there was 8 World War II veterans, 57 Korea War veterans, 327 Vietnam veterans. And then the rest of them are Gulf War, Iraq, Afghanistan, etc. The opportunity to honor these veterans on Veterans Day is something that I truly believe in. To give our students the opportunity to be educated on what our veterans sacrifice and what they do. This is a huge opportunity for us, and anybody who's driven up the freeway, passing Avenue Way, sees a sign that says, "Welcome to Kern County. We salute our veterans." Let's put our money where our mouths are. And I know it's going to take a lot of work. It's not just us. Between the school board, the Chamber of Commerce, and RMAC, it's going to take all of us to bring this together. But tentatively, the plan as of now would be to escort it into town on November 8th. It would be set up at West Park Elementary on the grass fields to the west of the school. Mainly because that's the best grassy fields we have in this community. Unless our fields stay this way, but they won't. Summer will hit. And then it would stay up 24 hours a day, and it would come back down on Monday, November 13th. But we also have the opportunity, not just with bringing the students through and having the veterans speak, but we can also have a great Veterans Day ceremony. And with the support we've garnered in just a couple of weeks by myself, imagine what the community could do. So if anybody has any questions, I'm not the man to ask. She can answer any and all questions you guys may have regarding this. Mike is also extremely knowledgeable on this. They have been with it from the beginning. Real quickly, 2005, the idea came up between all of them. By 2009, they had raised all the funds. And in 2009, it was actually dedicated for the first time at Joe Davies Heritage Park. That was the first time.
November 2009.
The wall is going to be retired in 2025. So this is something that, this is a once in a lifetime opportunity for us in our community. So I thank you for your time. If anybody has any questions, that's perfect.
I'm not gonna have any questions.
We've been in 22 different communities, just so you know, mostly surrounding this area. We've been as far south as El Centro. We were right down there by the air base a year and a half ago. And we've been Amphitheater, Palmdale, and Lancaster. We've been Ridgecrest. We have not been to Rosemont. So the original idea for the wall was to travel locally and be an Antelope Valley Memorial. Well, then people started to want to reserve the wall. So we ended up outside the Antelope Valley, but we don't go very far. We're a very small grassroots group. I've known Robert for many, 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 many years. And I believe you were working at the Playhouse when all this started, weren't you? Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you were still there. Yeah. I work at the Palmdale Playhouse. I'm the production stage manager. This is from my former publisher. Anyway, so yeah, I know. Imagine how excited I was. I went, Robert, oh my gosh. And of course, I know Barbara Dean quite well. So it's an idea. We need it. It will take a lot of people though to put it together. We're just presenting this so you guys know. We already have an educational packet. We've got we've been doing this for a very long time, and part of the original mission statement is to educate. That was one of the big main things, was to educate, because once all these Vietnam veterans are gone, and just like the World War II and Korean War veterans have left us, then what? How are the students going to know? How is anyone going to know what happened? How's anyone going to know that there's 58,000 souls that lost their lives in that conflict over 25 years? How's anyone going to know? So that's been part of our, from the very beginning.
Oh,
We've got education packets and everything.
I did look it up. There is one man from Roseman who's on the wall.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, you looked it up, good for you.
I did my research.
Sure.
I never did in school, but I did now.
Yeah, we have our own database to look up names. You've been to the wall before, anybody that's seen it. We're quite a fluid operation. It's very paint by numbers. You don't have to do a whole lot other than provide the space, provide security for the wall, has to be fenced in. There's some rules, but there's not a lot. We have a very paint by number system, and we've got the education packets. Our veterans, we just ask our veterans, and if you have veterans in the community who want to go to the school to speak to the students prior to them going to see the wall, we've got rubbing sheets. They can rub a name and go back and research that person that's on the wall. We have a ton of things that we do personally that was important to us at the very beginning that we can provide you with. So I just wanted to let you guys know you don't have to start from scratch unless you want to. And you know, well, I mean, if you have ideas, obviously, you know your students. But anyway, so that's pretty much it in a nutshell. I can provide you with more materials, but I just put that one packet together so you guys can all look at it. You don't need tons more paperwork. Nobody needs that. So does anybody have questions, just general or specific or anything? No?
I was just listening to the board president tell me to put it on the board agenda for next week. We have another board meeting next Wednesday to get approval as far as our role in this,
Is your-
making it happen.
Because I know with it being the West Park, I'm pretty sure that was like county owned, but the school maintains it, something along those, no?
West Park's all ours.
Okay, yeah, so
And ideally,
I know it's gonna be a lot of work for Raleigh. He's my neighbor, and I feel bad for the guy,
Yeah.
and
but we're here to help,
Josh
so.
picked the site based on what he knows, but ideally, we like to have two sites and we like to do site inspection and we like to choose. But if there's not two to choose from, because we have quite a big board of people. We have an engineer that comes out, everything has to be flat, level, and straight. I mean, there's some details to it. At the beginning, has to be fenced in, has that 24-hour security and all that. So Josh already picked the spot that he feels is best, which is fine, it probably is. But we ideally like to have two locations to do a site inspection. But
And-
other than that,
Linda, I think he's spot on with West Park because
Yeah,
when
I'm sure he is.
you heard one of our teachers talk about the situation with the other elementary school. Yeah, if it rains, we're in a world of hurt. And I also have construction going on, a huge project at Tropico Middle School.
oh yeah, so we don't.
So,
have-
and then
yeah.
the high school's just.
Yeah, we don't want that. We've been on a soccer field, high school field, and a softball field. And anybody that's familiar with Bishop, when you first pull on our Schatz Bakeries on your left,
Yes.
directly across the street, our ball field. We were right on that first ball
Yeah.
field that's right in the front. We were there one time and it fits very nicely in the ball field. So that's probably not an issue. So, okay, cool.
I'm very excited when he asked me about this a couple of weeks ago. I was just like, thrilled at
Yeah.
even the possibility.
Yeah.
Because I have worked the wall. I have actually seen the
Yeah.
one in DC, and it does bring out emotions you didn't even know you had, especially if you know someone who was on that
It's
wall.
very moving.
And it's so
It's very moving.
I'm very excited.
Yeah.
And anything we can do to help.
Yeah,
Get
so
this
are we.
through.
It needs to go other places. It can't be dormant. I mean, we go Palmdale, and then we've been to Simi Valley, we've been all these places, but we haven't been this far north, and we've been to Ridgecrest, but not this far. And I'm so excited that somebody finally went, hey, Rosemont, you can have the wall. I don't know if just nobody realizes about it, or if it was just not, it was too far-fetched to think that, that we would bring it there. Or, I don't know, but it was intended and built to stay in the Antelope Valley. And this is still out fringing of the Antelope Valley, definitely. So, yeah. Well, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
The whole thing wouldn't be on the board, like we've got to get the chamber involved.
we have to have-
Got RMAC, and I have both of those meetings tomorrow. So if somebody wanted to show up and represent at RMAC's meeting tomorrow, there's gonna be a lot of representatives there that have already been contacted, so,
I'm always at RMA.
okay.
Our preference is to have one host by name, one person hosts the wall, and everyone else helps that person. So we have one person that we talk to, that we deal with, that we do all of our details with. So that's our preference, and whoever would want to take the lead would be fine. Okay.
Thank you very much for your time,
listening.
appreciate it.
This one is, remember? That's. Okay. Thank you. We got, B, 2 Bs, okay.
Yeah.
Glad we
I thought that out.
we should be with it. Okay, B2, ballroom dance recognition. Genevieve Collins.
My name's Genevieve Collins. I teach kindergarten at West Park. And then I also have a ballroom dance team. And I had to go look up the date because I couldn't remember when I started. I was introduced to the ballroom dance program when I worked at Tropico with my friend Angela Cannon in like 2008. And then at that point, it was middle school and high school. And then they moved it down to elementary school. And so I started a team the first year that they did elementary school at West Park. And that was 2010 to 2011. And then West Park's had a ballroom team ever since until the pandemic. Our competition got canceled the week before because of COVID. It was going to be in March. And then the next year was virtual, but only for the older kids. And then the next year I took off because we were still in masks. So this was our first year coming back, having a ballroom team at West Park and going to competition. We went to competition in March, and our team did really well. All of our couples got called back at least once to like the next round. So they start with maybe 50 couples in each dance. For the elementary age, they do merengue, foxtrot, and East Coast swing. And then each round, it gets smaller and smaller and smaller. So we kept getting called back, and we ended up with several couples in the finals for foxtrot and East Coast swing. And some of my finalists are here. Do you want to come stand up with me? Stand up by myself. I'll read your name. And this year also, and Jennifer Torres was my assistant coach. She helps coach all my kids. And then when we got to the finals, oh, there's a picture of us. Look, it's you guys. You're on there. When we got to the finals for East Coast Swing, we had in 7th place Rosalie Kraut with her partner Ava Tolliver. And then in 2nd place was Olivia Tark and her partner Bella. And then Foxtrot, we did great in Foxtrot. We had 4 couples in the finals for Foxtrot. So in 11th place, we had Melanie Monterosso and Mary Jane Ruiz. In 9th place, we had Aubrey Collard and Natalia Sepulveda. In 6th place, we had Olivia and her partner Bella. And then in 3rd place was Rosalie and her partner Bella. They're doing a great job. And an amazing teacher. Oh, thank you. But they did great. They did a really good job. So. Good job. Thank you.
Okay.
All right. Well, unfortunately, I have to bring the move down.
I was gonna say, we really put you behind the eight ball.
Well, actually, I was in meetings all day today, so I really do not have a planned speech. But I just want to say how proud I am of all those that presented tonight. Collins and Torres worked very hard on dance. They just put on a wonderful play called Aladdin, which all the children got to enjoy Friday. We appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Rosalie's our lamp mender in Aladdin.
Yeah.
And then we also, anyone who was in dance and is also in drama, we made them dance in the show. They do some East Coast swing in the show.
You can see it tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night, 5:30.
That's really cute.
That is really good.
And thanks to the district and the board for approving these after-school programs that they're able to put on. So thank you for that. Jody, thanks for speaking. If there's anything I can do, please let me know. And basically that's it. Let's have a great rest of the year. All right.
Okay. CSEA.
Well, hello. My name is Christina Hopkins. I'm the new chapter secretary of CSEA, so most of you, some of you have met already. So I'm here to state that our chapter president, Mr. Vargas, and our new vice president, Mr. Cortez, have met with the superintendent yesterday to continue these conversations between our organizations and with all of the mindset of going forward and helping to serve our students, our communities, and families. So we're really happy to continue having these wonderful conversations.
new board member. Okay, I can't say because I missed you the last time. That was my fault.
Good evening, everyone. The high school is busy with planning our next pep rally. It'll also be our final pep rally, as well as the Spirit Week. Seniors, make sure if you haven't already, you need to order your cap and gown. Also, the RTA scholarship is due May 1st. You can just turn in your application to Ms. Greenberg. On May 19th at 7, band has a spring concert. Drama also has another play coming up. And baseball and softball both did KB last week and played Desert Home tomorrow, and as well as Cal City home on Friday.
Mr.
All right. Well, welcome back from spring break. It's been, what, a month since we last had a meeting? So hopefully everybody had at least a restful time off, if not a good time off. Get to, take a deep breath. Construction is continuing. The phase 1 for the middle school project is nearing completion. We're looking at end of this month for the punch list walk to go through that and, fine tune and point out what we don't like still. Still more phases to go after that, but at least the north side of things will be done for now until turf goes in. Plans have continued for the old RES modernization. Between now and the last board meeting, we met with IT to go over low voltage and expanding wireless capabilities and everything else onto the older side of the campus that, as part of the modernization we'll need it because it wasn't touched when new RES was built. What else? I don't remember the exact timeline off the top of my head, but the cafeteria for high school is out of DSA. So it's been approved. We're looking forward to starting work on that. We'll start off first with doing sonar and locating underground utilities and all of that before starting to dig and hoping we don't find anything important or so that when that project gets totally up and running, that it happens as smoothly as school construction goes. Knock on wood. A little bit better. Hopefully there's slightly less rain during that project than we've had at the start of the middle school. Let's see, as I look at my calendar, we've been packed with a lot of meetings, LCAP committee meetings, as we gear up for, the start of next year's budget cycle and everything like that. So looking at our card out path, fine tuning that. What else happened recently? Oh, we got a letter from a county office today for second interim was approved by county with positive certification. So it's good news that, have multi-year cash flows and everything look good and have been approved by county. So that's almost on a personal note. And I think that is it for me. Looking forward to working with folks for the AV wall. If you haven't seen it, you definitely have to, and we, have it at Westford. So, that's the end of my turn.
Okay. Thank you very much. Assistant Superintendent Instruction and Curriculum, let's skip. Okay, and we welcome Sherry Carroll to the table. Assistant Superintendent Special Education and Pupil Personnel.
Hello, everybody, and welcome here tonight. I want to start out by thanking and congratulating the fabulous dancers, but it looks like most of them left already. That was awesome. And also the wall, I think it sounds spectacular. And then that being said, I'm going to go into a few exciting things that we've had going on recently. So we had a Special Olympics color run right before spring break to kick that off. And it went very well. We had a really good turnout, although it was really cold. People still came out and participated and ran, and everybody, including myself, were dripping in color. It was bright red. It was great. That was followed up by Hope Week. So our Hope Squad kids in the district hosted Hope Week on every campus, where we did different events and activities every day of the week to help create a more positive school culture. That also went very well. This week, we are in the process of doing our Hope Squad nominations for next year, because we're looking forward to expanding upon our program and adding more classes for Hope Squad. And the last thing I wanted to talk about was the opening of SKOC Parent Community Centers. I was very proud to be a participant in that event. It was quite lovely last night. And that's it for me.
Thank you. Social Superintendent, Human Resources, Ms. Hardis.
Well, welcome everyone. We had our job fair at Roosevelt Elementary on Saturday, and it was very successful. We had over 50 classified folks attend. So they filled out paper applications, they filled out applications online. We had a few certificated, but it was mostly for classified. But as you know, we have a lot of classified openings as well. So Becky and Monica have been spending the last couple of days sorting all of those, and they're going to be doing some classified testing next week so that we can get those folks tested in the categories that they would like to apply for, get some interviews done, and fill some of those spots as well. So I just wanted to say thank you very much to Roosevelt Elementary for allowing us to use the cafeteria. Special thanks to Javier. He set up tables, moved chairs. If we said, oh, maybe you need to move it over here, he was more than happy to help us in any way that he could. Gary, IT, he had 10 computers for us, and he set them up so that it was very easy for folks to use. They went right to EdJoin, where they were able to fill out the applications. And then we have step-by-step directions in both English and Spanish. So thank you very much, because that was very helpful. I also wanted to thank some of our administrators that came. Mr. Shevlin was there, Ms. Atkinson was there, Mr. Bajnath, Mrs. Ahmet was there as well. And she also came in periodically. She was doing Saturday school at the same time, just to make sure that everything was going well. And then, of course, my office staff that also jumped in and, running very smoothly. As far as our additional recruitment, we've talked about previously our billboards that we have. We have a digital billboard that is in Lancaster City Park that, advertises Southern Kern and the fact that we're hiring. We also have one on the freeway that is coming northbound into the Antelope Valley. And so at night, it's lit up with, light bulbs. Well, the light bulb went out, and so it had been out. I'm not sure how long it had been out. But I got an email, from Lamar Billboard saying, hey, you know what? We have it all fixed. It's taken care of, but now we're going to credit you for the time that it wasn't working. So now we're going to have in 2-week increments from June until August, that great big billboard going past the mall. So that was great that they definitely take care of us. We had our billboard that's on the freeway. It got vandalized, and so they fixed it up really quick, credited us with time. So certainly they're taking care of Southern Kern. So I wanted to make sure that we certainly say thank you to them. And then on the consent items, we have Z Access, a contract for them. We're very excited and hope to be able to work with them. We're going to be redoing our district video. We're going to be doing some social media campaigns, really creating a brand for Southern Kern. So we hope that you will create that on there. So that is it for me. Thank you.
Thank you. Superintendent's report.
Thank you, President. Thanks for that. Good evening, everyone. It's nice, even though we've had a few leave, it's so nice to have a large crowd of people at our board meetings. It's just really exciting. get excited to see people. Anyway, I want to welcome all of our parents who are joining us from home. And there's so many people that I need to thank this evening, and I'll try to do it as quickly as I can. Christina, you're absolutely right. I meet every month with CSEA, and I want to tell you that and with RTA, but let me talk first about CSEA. I learned so much from the guys. With all due respect, they tell me if I need grounds or if I need this or how I should go about getting it. And it's really a time every time I meet with them for me to listen and just really, the minute they walk out the door, that I'm calling Paul and saying, Paul, I got an idea. I have a good idea. So, yeah, we know that they're out there, and like, for example, grounds, there's a very small number of them, and their workload is horrendous. And so we are hoping to very shortly put some subs out there to give them some support. But I do enjoy watching them eat M&Ms when we meet. And of course, Mr. Warfield over here, although he doesn't invite me to dinner, he takes me in, but I don't take it personally. We meet every month, and I am looking forward, John, to attending a meeting of RTA and just, being there and answering any questions the teachers might have, and I'm looking forward to it. So thank you for the invitation. It means a lot to me. LCAP, I want to thank Dan and the LCAP committee, because until you've actually served on that committee and understand how in-depth that work is and how we have these goals and these articles and we have to look at and assess how successful were we last year. Did we do what we said we were going to do? Do we need to rewrite it? And so I have some great teachers and classified staff and site leadership, as well as 99% of the writing of our LCAP. Dan, thank you, and thank you, team members. So many of them are here in this room this evening. It's a great group. Last night, Cheryl, you touched on the opening of our Parent Community Center, and it was a great evening. I can't thank enough. First and foremost, Ms. Fallon Mitchell, our grant coordinator, because basically she interviewed, we hired her, and then I started forwarding all these meetings that she was going to go to. Attend this one, here's another one you need to attend, and she has taken the ball and truly ran with a great choice. And I want to thank also Assistant Superintendent Taylor, because although I think they both have an eye for design, they did a beautiful job on that parent center, and it was everything I imagined it to be. Thank you guys so much. And Chris from Chartwells, thank you. The food was delicious. The only problem we had last night was figuring out, we were like eating, we have to take a load of this home. We have to divvy this up. We couldn't, we had eaten way too much cheese and crackers. So delicious, Chris. Thank you so much. And I want to thank Rosie also, who's got here, our child nutrition supervisor. And now that we have the Parent Center open, we can truly begin to do in that center what we want it to do. And we want to be able to bring parents in and educate them on some of the issues that they're dealing with their children. For example, drugs, human trafficking, social emotional issues with their children, and just being able to help them access medical or dental or whatever they need. And so we're very excited to kick that all of the grant into place. And thank you, Mr. Bajnath, for participating. We know we're on your campus, and you've been very quiet and patient with us, and thank you for that. It's a great place. We had a team some ladies from Kern County there last night. They were very excited about our parent community center. So that's a great thing. I also want to say to all of our parents who are listening that I want to thank you first and foremost. Our attendance is slightly going up, which post-COVID, we kind of, as did every district probably in the nation, see a decline in student attendance at school. Ours is starting to climb back up slowly but surely. We're getting our kids back in school and really being able to impact their learning. And I want to say thank you, parents, for making sure your kids are here every day. And one last reminder, we are in state testing. So please, please, please get your kids breakfast, get them to school on time, and encourage them to do their very, very best on our testing. I know we have a lot of bright children in Southern Kern. I see it. I see it when I sign the certificates. I see it in the beautiful artwork they do. And so we want to be able to acknowledge that we have a lot of really sharp kids here. So I could go on, but I will stop there. Thank you. I do. I'm sorry. I always forget about my attendance awards. Okay. Let me do this. And I'm going to start with most improved. Now this is a really interesting one for me, but most improved attendance with an improvement of 1.69%. Mr. Holmes, come on up. Woo-hoo! That's Park Elementary. You can have that one. Okay. Best attendance secondary. I'm kind of getting tired of saying this school's name. They've had it every month this year. Roseman High School. Pretty soon Mr. Bosnoff is not going to return this to me, are you?
Right, Boston.
Yeah.
I think you got to retire it now, Bob.
Yeah. Congratulations to both of you. And Best Elementary with 92.55%, West Park. You guys do. Just don't hang them on the fence, please. Okay, the whole way. Congratulations. Amy.
Okay, next up, board member communications. Adrian.
Put me on the spot. You were missing.
Hey, I had a good excuse.
Okay, so, good evening to everyone. First my notes tonight. I don't really have too much. I was there last night for the ribbon cutting for the parent community center, and I'm too very excited about what it has to offer. We just have to get our parents over there. So we gotta get the word out. Thank you, Ms. Feinstein? Yes, for bringing everything to my attention, the board's attention. I appreciate that. Thank you for the AV wall presentation as well. I look forward to that. I believe that is it. That's all I have in my notes for right now, so that's it.
Mr. Moore.
First of all, thank you all for coming. Mr. Holmes, Mr. Bosma, thank you. Congratulations on your attendance awards. Mrs. Feinstein, I had some concerns about that little lake too over at RES.
Well, we have a student who swims in.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
So I just want you to know, she goes in.
What's her name? What's the AP's name over there? I forgot her name.
Started with fish.
Casey.
We actually, my students and I go out and we do duck races. I get little rubber ducks and I have pictures and we have duck races that go across.
I was out there with Casey one day, I thought, oh, that's, okay.
Yeah, this year's was a really
We
good
got
one.
a pond going on, it was
There
after
was
all
lots
those
of-
weeks of rain, and I was like, okay, yeah, it's kinda like Louisiana marsh down there.
Yeah, it is. It was fun.
So there was a little bit of that going on. But other than that, I don't know. I do just wanna put it out there though, that I am gonna be here at every board meeting from now on, just so everybody knows. I got all that cleared up, so I'll be here every Wednesday night. Yeah, and Monday mornings I can be here, but as far as all these expulsions, 'cause, you know, that's a lot, but I try to make as most of those as I can, because I still got a job to do. But I am going to be placed onto day shift sometime in end of May, first pay period of June. So that'll all be done. My main concern was the board, but also because like I have no time at home. I sleep all day while my wife and child are up, and when I come home, they're asleep and there's just no family time, so I'm sick of working at night. That's something else that I forgot. Oh, Fallon. Good job on the parent community center. I seen the pictures. I was going to dump, but I had family emergency, so I couldn't come. Wish I could have helped, but congratulations. Other than that, I have nothing else.
Mario?
Hi, everybody. First off, congratulations on getting your schedule. Alan, that presentation last night was great. Community center is awesome. Hopefully we can get parents in so we can actually use it and get people involved. There's a lot of neat things out there that can really help our community as long as we can get them into CU. So yeah, we gotta figure out a way to really promote that out there. So, the wall, that is the most amazing thing. Hopefully it works out. Good thought.
Thank you. Well, I'm kind of running with a little bit of jet lag today, missed a lot of things. But Fallon will tell you that I still had the interest in the parent center. What, 3 emails from me?
Oh, yeah, we were back and
suggesting-
forth a lot.
I'm in Japan. So I went to visit my son, daughter-in-law, and granddaughter for 2 weeks. Great trip, great, lot of fun, so go from there. Sorry I missed, by the way, I did get somebody accosted me, no, somebody talked to me this morning about missing the ribbon cutting. And when I told her what was going on, she says, oh, well, that's a good reason. I just got in probably 1 o'clock, I was hoping. And the emails, Val knows, I was emailing her saying, I'm trying to get there. Well, unfortunately, the plane was late, so that shocked that. But other than that, West Park, nice to see the kids are getting involved in the extra activities. And again, it goes back to the start of Katie Kirk and her presentation here, a couple years ago, that said, hey, we want this. Take note, Mr. Adams, those kids still want that stuff, even at the elementary school, please. It gives them a lot of, it helps in their education. And I've been pushing that and for that for quite a while. Those extra activities are great for the kids. And nothing, as I said, nothing much other than thanks for everybody for coming. And the 80 Mall, as I said, I've been there. The reason why I picked on Linda, because the first place I go to all the time is I go to that audio board. The reason I go to the audio board because I am an audio engineer and I still am active in designing and doing things with audio. So, and I'll get that opportunity again Friday night. I'm going to go to Vegas, leave tomorrow morning. We're going to go see J&E Americans. They're coming at South Point. I happen to know most of the band members, so that's one reason why I get to go. Other than that, I had, sorry that I couldn't be here for all the meetings. Ed, keep up the good work. Mr. B, keep up the good work. Mr. Holmes, everybody, all the principals, APs, we appreciate all the hard work that you're doing. I know it's a lot of work, but thank you. Oh, we can't forget Mr. Adams, no. If I did, I know I'd be in trouble because if I walked on the football field. Yes, I know. Is Mr. Torres here?
He's back there.
Oh, he's hiding on
He's
me.
hiding.
Yeah, no, everybody, in your APs, everybody, please, let them know that we appreciate the hard work that they do. Other than that, I'm done. Anybody else got anything else?
I have one more thing I wanted to
Yes.
say. Two schools that I don't feel are recognized enough. Where Earth High School and Clear Family Independent Study for the hard work
Okay, comments from the public? Any?
None.
None? So we'll dispense the reading. Consent items A through G. Anybody have any questions? Anybody have any comments?
Motion that we accept A through B.
Okay,
Second.
second by Moore, all in favor? Aye. First reading and review of SKU's attendance policy, Mrs. Gaines?
Yes, sir. If you will look at page 148, one of the things that has been brought to my attention every year, except for the year we were in COVID, is our policy regarding attendance and how it aligns to end-of-year activities, how it aligns to promoting at Tropico Middle School and graduating at both Rare Earth and Roseman High. So I pulled together a little committee consisting of Mr. Vajna, Mr. Shevlin, Yesenia Diaz, who is head of our attendance here at the district office, and I know this is somebody on it.
We got Mr. Riley and others.
Yes, Mr. Riley, Sean Riley was in there helping us. And so I get calls every once in a while from our parents telling me that your policy, my child has 4.0, but he or she has missed more than the number of days. So what I decided that I wanted to do was to align our policy to the ed code. So it would be very easy for the parents, students to know that if you miss this number of days, you are really jeopardizing your ability to walk in promotion or to attend graduation or any end of the year activities. So what this is as you can see, and we changed this after having conversation with the committee to make this the attendance policy for K through 12th grade students, because even at, let's say I'm gonna pick on 5th grade, even at 5th grade, they have end of year activities, but sometimes their attendance, not like at 8th grade and 12th grade, is never considered. So what we did was we went to the ed code and we found ed code 48263.6. And that ed code says that a 90% attendance policy must be met in grades K through 12. So I'm bringing this to the board. You'll notice at the bottom of page 148, it now would be applicable to all 6 schools. And for your consideration, this is an informational item tonight, board members, with plans of, I would appreciate any feedback you give us. You could give me on this. And page 149, you'll see is excused absences, and this comes again from ed code. So it's not board members creating this or Barbara Gaines creating this. This is coming from the Ed Code. So I would like to bring this back. If you think next week is too soon, I can wait. I can wait a while. This would go into place. Next week is fine. The 23-24 school year. So for your review, board members.
Thank you.
Any questions?
Oh, I like it.
Sounds good. Like me?
Thank you.
We can make some changes or suggestions
Yes.
to this.
You can make some suggestions, but this is the minute we make too many suggestions, then it no longer is Ed Code. It becomes Southern Kern. And I think it's easier to say and to tell the parents, here's where we pulled it from. Please feel free to look at this Ed Code.
Accept quarterly report, January, February, March 2023 of the Williams uniform complaint under Education Code 35186, Ms. Gaines.
Yes, and the only thing I have to say here is that we had no Williams complaints January, February, or March of 2023.
Mario?
Second by Moore.
Moore? All in favor? Approve school plan for student achievement for Roseman High Early Campus, College Campus. Mr. Bastow? You have something?
And actually, they presented the last time, if you remember, you weren't here.
All right.
They already presented.
I'll make a motion, we accept the plan.
I knew it was gonna get caught.
Second.
I'll even accept it. All in favor? I knew, see, if I mess, I'm always gonna get in trouble. That's why I always make sure that everybody knows when I'm not gonna be here. I learned that a long time ago.
I'll make a motion to accept the plan from Rare Earth.
Okay,
Second.
second from Brendan. All in favor?
Aye.
Approve, plan for student achievement, Abraham Lincoln Independent Study School.
I'll make a motion.
Okay,
I second.
okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Approve plan student achievement for Tropical Middle School.
Make a motion.
Moved. I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
Approve plan achievement, school student achievement plan for West Park Elementary.
I'll make a motion.
So moved. Second by Adrian. All in favor?
Aye.
Approve school plan for student achievement for Roseman Elementary School.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
Second by Moore. All in favor?
Aye.
Approve the following list of personnel items. Mrs. Sardis?
I would just say, if anybody has any questions, because it's pretty rough out there.
Yeah,
It is pretty lengthy this today.
that's why
I would make a motion to accept personnel item as written.
okay.
I'd like to second that.
Second by Moore. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Mr. President, if I may make
Yes,
an
ma'am.
announcement, with that vote, I'm so excited because I've been doing two jobs. You have just approved our new Assistant Superintendent of Curriculum Instruction, Dr. Larry Mendez.
Resolve and learning from all. We're very grateful and for the opportunity and looking forward to connecting with everyone.
Thank you, Dr. Mendez.
Welcome aboard. Yes, every once in a while, superintendent has to give you a little instruction, but that's normal, especially when we got the jet lag that I've got going right now. Ms. Inch, you're up.
Aye, motion to adjourn.
All right. All in favor?
Aye.
More. Okay.
Negative 8.
Eight oh eight.